clinical work for University of Maryland, but I'm also a holistic practitioner, and that's what is coming aboard with the Black Cross nurses, those who not just have medical information, they also have holistic information. They also are teaching different modalities of healing, not just your physical, but also your internal, meaning your trauma, meaning some of the life experiences that you have gone through that you not quite was able to process it properly. That's coming aboard of the Black Cross nurses. That different type of energy, that wholeness, that complete depth of who we are as a people is coming aboard. I am so proud of them. I really am just overjoyed of the ones that are lining up, and they're powerful, powerful healing women and warriors as well. So in November the 8th, Black Cross recent joined Courtney, as well as known as Coco Mayat. She was there. Janiki was there, and Lord, listen, why is her name keep escaping me? Because I got her, Danielle, and Danielle was there. They did a phenomenal job. Coco Ma'at, she did the chair yoga with the seniors. It was just amazing how they were active. The seniors, we had a mama there was 98 years old, and she was doing yoga. So that's what the Black Cross nurses are going out there to do, to be that love force for the community. So that event was called Mind, Body, and Soul, and that was at the Rita Church Center here in Baltimore. And then in December, the relationship that I have now, that we're building with the Street Law Soldiers, that's a phenomenal build with Tashaka Sankofa, and he's going to be our speaker at the event in February at the gala. And that's a phenomenal, it's just spirit is guiding true, real people and souls that we're just aligning. So I just wanted to mention that, and that was December the 7th when I was presenting at the Griot Afrocentric Teaching Museum. It's a museum that is in Atlanta. You walk in the door and you're blown away of the atmosphere and the energy that's in there. And it was started by this Baba's his mom, who was an activist in the 50s, and when she transitioned, he took her house and created this museum. And that was fantastic. And I spoke there. And what I was speaking on was tapping into our roots, the tree, connecting the tree with us as a people. So that went on, that happened December the 7th. And we hope to be doing some more events, this coming events, putting together our heads as Black Cross nurses, putting my heads together as far as Lady President to represent and get out there the necessary information that together we can make major accomplishments, but spread apart we can't accomplish much of nothing. And we need to come together as a people. And those who are interested in becoming members of the UNIA, I tell people it's necessary for us to unite in under that one God, one aim, and one destiny. Grace first, y'all.
Race first, Lady Press. Could you do me a favor, Lady President, put your name and email in the chat so that other Black Cross nurses from other divisions, if they want to link up, can link up with you, reach out?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm doing it now.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to take it to our Sergeant at Arms. And he's doing a lot of stuff for our division in the community. He has something that we're doing every third Saturday. Brother Tony wants to speak about the events on the third Saturday at the TNAT Holistic Center.
Yeah, raise first once again, family. Back during COVID, I was doing something on Zoom. We called it Rhythm and Chat, where it was part music and part discussion, and I decided, myself and Frank, along with the Dr. Dennis Winkler from the Temple of New African Thought. We decided to go live with it. You know, my whole vision was that not everyone is so inclined to come into a meeting and sit down, but you know, I mean, you have a little music and little little ambiance going. People come in there, but the backstory of that is that I mean, it's not for me. It's for the UNIA. I just want to make that clear. You know what I mean? Is want to use it as a tool to connect with the community, and it's every third Saturday of the month, so we could continuously have something going on. You know what I mean? And it entails, like, it could entail different things. Karaoke, open mic. You know what I mean? Yoga. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's something positive, we could do it there. We have the space to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole vision for Rhythm and Chat. Rhythm, and I think Frank said he's going to stream. He's going to stream the next one on January 18th. So I don't know, Prayers. I don't know if you want to send out the link to different people in different divisions if they want to jump on the Zoom and see what we're doing. You know what I mean?
I got you. That's a great idea. So right before, tell Brother Frank to send me that link, and I can definitely send that out. Appreciate you, Sergeant at Arms. I really appreciate you. We take our security, as a lot of you guys know, in our African Legion very serious in Baltimore. We want to make sure when we have in-person meetings, everybody's safe. We walk our sisters to the car. We make sure Lady Prayers doesn't go anywhere without security. So we really want to make that a focal point for the UNIA. So, we're not taking this serious. No one else taking us serious. Thank you again, Brother Tony. Moving forward real quick, I wanted to get our founder. I was linked up with this brother through my teacher, Brother Rise, and Brother Caesar. We call him the founder because we wouldn't even be here without him. He's actually heading our special projects division, special projects of our division, and he's doing a lot of different things, trying to get people jobs, etc. And right now he's working on a couple of crypto things. Brother Caesar, did you want to just briefly talk about what's going on with you and how people can reach you?
Race first, family.
Race first.
Yeah, I'll be brief. I want to first of all make mention of the project that we have with the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School in Nigeria, in Oyo, Nigeria, in which we are educating and serving approximately 250 to 300 children for free. And while instilling them obviously with academic knowledge, we're also infusing with that the message of Garveyism, race first, and Pan-Africanism. So that's one of our projects. The other project, which the President Winchester mentioned, is the African cryptocurrency. This year, currently we have established and created a Pan-African cryptocurrency cold storage wallet, in which people can store the cryptocurrency Texacoin on it. Ultimately, later on this year, we will design, if there's demand for it, actually, we'll do one where people can store their Bitcoin on the Pan-African cold storage wallet. And also in plans this year is the launching of our own Pan-African cryptocurrency, and it will be an opportunity in which African people, Pan-African folks, will be able to actually mine cryptocurrency and develop, if you know anything about cryptocurrency, once we link it with Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency, you can turn it into dollars and use it, and it'll be an economic opportunity and boost for our people. But that's not till the second half of this year. But those are the projects that we're working on right now. And once, if we have time, with the director of the Nigerian school, which is really to my heart and soul, I really like everyone to know about that and to give them some love. Once he comes online, having a little chance to kind of give you guys an update as to what's going on with the school. And with that, family, race first.
Race first, Brother Caesar. And for those that don't know, he's talking about, I don't know if you guys have seen the school in Nigeria that I think Brother Caesar is pretty much, what's the word? I want to say invested, but pretty much put a lot of money into that school. And so I definitely really appreciate you. Now I'm we're finishing up, going to go to our second vice. He's doing a lot, Brother Dwayne, he's doing a lot with the kids, children's projects. We do hiking when it gets warm every Sunday. He's also going to talk to you a little bit about the gala, I believe. Him and Brother Frank. Brother Dwayne, are you there, second vice?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Race first, brother.
Blessings, race first. Yeah, to speak on the gala first.
It's on you, whatever you want to do.
The gala is this coming February the 15th. Start at 6:30. It's our second one. The last one went well. We had like between 80 and 90 people, I guess, and we're looking to increase a little bit, have at least 100 people at this one. So tickets are on sale now, $60. You could buy from, you can link with me and buy them, or you can even buy them straight off the website. If you go to our improved website, I guess, it's a way that you can purchase the ticket just by pushing a button. And good music, good food, good entertainment, and a good vibe, UNA vibe. Come out and enjoy. The theme is going to be Akoma, Black love, basically. So, and the hiking, we hike every Sunday. Well, not every Sunday, but we hike on Sundays. Even during the winter time, some days we hike, but mainly I get participation when the weather breaks. But I'll usually just add I'll usually just put the flyer up on my Facebook or put it on the Barker Code chat line or whatever we have, and we'll go from there. But it's usually at a place in Baltimore. We usually start at 9:45 in the morning. If anybody's interested, just link me up. And finally, our other project we've been doing, we've been hitting the streets as much as we could for a little while. We did 3 events, basically giving out food, giving out information, asking what the people need in the area, and going from there, trying to keep that going and representing ourselves in the community to let it be known that the UNIA is still living and still breathing, and also looking for new members to join. That's all I have to say, pretty much.
Appreciate you, Brother Dwayne, for all the hard work you do. You guys have alleviated a lot of me doing everything. So I appreciate it. It's hard. I know for division presidents, you always try to keep your hand in everything, but it could be stressful. But we got a good team in Baltimore. Looks like our first vice isn't on right now. I'm going to go to our division secretary, and he's our division business person. Brother Frank, you there? Brother Frank? Unmute. No, you real low for some reason.
Yeah, I got a new setup. Can y'all hear me now?
You're a little low, but go ahead. Frank, you there? All right, we might have lost Brother Frank. I'm going to stroll on down. I know you guys heard about Brother Caesar when he was talking about the school. Michael Harry, could you give maybe 1 or 2 minutes just to give us a quick update, because we got a lot of people in divisions, just a quick update of what's going on with the Marcus Garvey School in Nigeria? Brother Mike, you there?
Yeah,
Michael Harry?
Yeah, hello, President. If you give me 10 minutes, that would be fine, if that's okay by you. I'll be ready in 10 minutes.
I'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, race first. And let me see, Brother Frank, we might have lost him. If not, we're going to move on to the next division. Brother Frank, can you speak?
I should be good now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Peace and blessings, brother.
Okay, man. I got over here messing with my audio system today. So just a update of what we're doing right now. We got a lot of things going on. Really just trying to push in the city of Baltimore to take on some opportunities. Like, I mean, we're trying to put people to work. I spoke to Brother Caesar, and we're talking about getting some contracts going that we can really just build and reach out to the community, because that's what a lot of our folks need is work. Everybody needs to do something, so we're hoping that we can build our organization up to be strong enough to eventually support and sustain our livelihoods, because we go to work every day, most of us, for someone else and some big large corporation that's not really feeding back into our communities. So if we have local businesses that we actually run, own, and operate, then we can make a larger impact in the communities that we want to serve. Because it's one thing to just go to a community one day and give out some food that we grill and give out information, but when we're actually a force in that community that's making a difference, as far as providing whatever jobs, if it's cleaning up the community, if it's actually having a storefront business operation that we can put people to work for, actual UNIA business that benefits us as a whole. That's what I'm really pushing for right now. So that takes us to, little by little, just continue the mission, continue working towards our collective goal of improving the city of Baltimore. So as we grow, we learn with one another, we learn how to collaborate better. And that's what we're just working on. Every day we do an event, we come closer together. Every time we meet up, we move in a bigger direction. And this meeting right here, this is our 4-year anniversary. For me, 106, January 6th, that's a holiday. And I'm so happy that everybody is here to celebrate with us. Seeing people I haven't seen in a while on this call, other people that I don't know. So this is amazing to have this many people on our meeting today, and it continues to grow. Started out 45 people when I joined. Now we got 57 folks in the room. So man, welcome. I love you all. Appreciate you all for joining. And hopefully I'm looking forward to hearing a lot more from the other divisions and what you guys are doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Frank. And last but not least, and I just spoke about him, and I just wanted him to jump on real quick. I know he's going through it. Our ambassador at large for our division, Brother Bruce. I don't know if you wanted to say something briefly, but I just want you to know that you and your family are in our prayers. He's one of our division members from another state. He's in Ohio. But I mean, he's been to conventions with me, HECs with me. He's a loyal Garveyite. He passed his message to the people class. So Brother Bruce, you just want to introduce yourself real quick and just let us know how you're doing if you can, good brother.
Thanks, brother. Good evening, everyone. How you doing, sir? And fellow Garveyites. I don't have really much to say. I'm doing pretty good though. Just working, trying to make it. That's about it right now.
I say, Brother Bruce, and I know you're going through it, but we're here. I try to hit you, man, but my work schedule's crazy. But just keep texting me. I'll get back to you, man. And we love you, and we got your back 100%. All right. So that's concluding for our division. I wanted to move on. I was going to go by division number, but I did promise Brother Oster. He is second president general, I believe, Brother Oster, or you third? Your third president general, Brother Asa, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm third.
Third,
Yes.
and he's also the president of our New York Queens division. I know you have orientation tonight, right? So I wanted to let you get on so you can get a little rest before that. So Brother Asa, you can go ahead and present for your division. It's the floor as you got.
Race first, brothers and sisters. One God, one aim, one destiny. Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad, right? That's with the slogan and motto that we stand by and that we try to live up to in every action we do. So in New York, man, it never, ever, ever, ever stops, as I'm sure it is. We're all doing our best we can for the race. So yeah, we're here supporting really a lot of the efforts this year are going to shore up our Brooklyn division. Yeah, we're doing Queens. So yeah, we're playing the support role a lot. I think I see Sister Marcia on here, Sister Tony on here. Thank you. Yeah, so we had a great Kwanzaa event that we did in Brooklyn. That was a tremendous success. It's going to bode well for the convention this year in Brooklyn. The planning committee met. If it wasn't last night, it was the night before. It all kind of gelled together for me. Yeah, so we're looking forward to our Black History Month event, our African Women's History Month event. And then, we have a couple of parades. We're expanding. So we're going to be doing our Queens Parade again. Again, if you happen to be in New York in July anytime, please come on through. Then we're in discussions on doing a Brooklyn Parade. Which is something we've never done in the past, and of course, then leads us up to our Harlem Parade for the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey's birthday on August 17th, and then of course convention. So, but apart from that, it's difficult, right? As President Everett mentioned, right? When you're president of division, you want to make sure that you got your hands on everything, and it's just not possible. We are nationalists, Black nationalists, means we're in the job of nation building, and as any of you can understand, it takes a whole lot of people to run a nation. So if you got you can't micromanage everything on nation building. We just have to make sure that we have the right people in place, making sure that the needs of our people are met as best we can. And I think we're doing a great job of that. We have some great news coming. Brother Everett, I'm not sure if he mentioned it to you, but we're on the continent. We got big things coming on the continent, Ghana specifically, right? So that bodes well to what we already have going in Nigeria and what the Baltimore division has going in Nigeria. And so the idea is building up a strong Africa. We don't beg. We don't beg white folks for nothing. And we understand that if Africa is strong, then we are strong. So whatever things we need, we don't have to. We take it, right? You can't beg for dignity. You have to take that. You have to stand up like a man and take that, and as a woman and take that. And so that's what we're doing. We try to do things as independently as possible, and we already recognize that that's not always going to be the easiest process. Right? That's going to be the harder road, right? There's an easier way, and we did not choose the easy way. But the benefit of that is when it's all said and done, God bless the child that has a song. It'll be ours. All right. Whatever it is that we have, it will be ours. And therefore it's harder for folks to take it from you. And so, again, we're doing the work of the race, trying to be as independent as possible. I know I'm probably forgetting a bunch of stuff.
Hey, Brother Asta, I'm sorry to cut you off. But can you talk about orientation a little bit, how important it is,
Okay.
and when it's tonight as well, how they can get
Actually, the exam is today. The semester's over.
Snap.
The exam is going. It's going to be with the exam starts today at 6. But the orientation again, it's a healthy process. You're right. So we're doing a balancing act with the orientation. One, we're trying to create a safe space. And I think about you guys in Baltimore, Morgan State, and some of you guys in other cities, folks in Atlanta, right? Clark, Atlanta, Morris Brown, and one that actually speaks closely to my heart. What I've always heard about HBCUs, as an example, is that they create safe spaces, and in true grassroots fashion, they do more with less. I was reading something about Dillard University in Louisiana and how it produces more Black academics in math than Harvard University, with like a millifraction of the budget. Right? That's because the HBCU Dillard in this example make sure that folks get through. Right? It's not a if you can't cut it, we'll get you somebody else in here who can, and we kick you to the curb. We make sure nobody's left behind. And so that's the kind of environment we try to create with the orientation. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, this exam that folks are going to do today, they might be on there for around 6 to 8 hours. I kid you not. However, we try to have a standard, right? The passing score, of course, is at 84, which your President Everett has passed. All right, a little bit of sweat, but it's not about passing the exam. We recognize that, right? Because we want to reward good behavior and incentivize good behavior, but it's not what it's about, right? So I don't focus on passing the test. It's just about grounding with brothers and sisters who are like-minded to create healthy environments in a world that's not healthy for us, right? So every 2 hours, it's a 12 to 15-week semester. 2 hours every Saturday, 8 to 10 is how we've been doing it. Subject to change, but it seems like that kind of works for most folks. We get the ground and talk about how great we are. You know what I mean? It's just a healthy environment. And again, I appreciate the division presidents, but President Lamar, President Everett, President John, for getting on the call, even though they've already passed the exam. All right, President John and President Everett. Oh, even though they've already passed the exam, they still come on just to be supportive of their new members. And I think that's always important, because that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to ground. And then yet now the balance is said, keep a standard. So yes, it's a 160 question exam. Yes, passing is an 84. But if you're able to meet those standards, yes, you will be rewarded. But if you can't, that's no big deal either, right? we just love to have you. We just love spending time with you. So we create safe experiences, a safe environment that way, if that makes sense. So the next semester, not sure when we're going to schedule that. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get one in before HEC. Probably not. As things are going, so we might start the next semester after HEC. Am I missing anything else, President Everett?
No, that was excellent. But you could ask, is there anything that you would like us to do, division-wise, that to help you out, or how anything you got that we could all just an idea of just working more together? Any idea? Any ideas?
I always feel real bad. I talk about it frequently. It's called the Pareto rule. 80% of work is done by 20% of the people. And I know we haven't got that. We probably about 95% do 95% of the work being done by 5% of the people. And so, you guys do way more, all of you, everybody on this call, do way more than your fair share. So I'm always cognizant not to put more work on your back. Just keep doing what you're doing. Encouraging your members, understanding that we do have a standard, right? So no lollygag, but it is a safe environment, and I don't put the pressure of the exam on you, right? That's also why we give you unlimited time. It's an open exam, unlimited time, right? Again, trying to alleviate the pressure, but there is a standard. And but that's really not the crux of it. It's that we spend 12 to 15 weeks grounding together about how great we are, all the great things we've done in history, from the creating of civilization to the building of the step pyramids, to the building of the Great Pyramids, to great accomplishments, to understanding the philosophy of African nationalism, the things that unite us and not divide us. One of the reasons, again, the main reason why I probably joined the UNIA is that greeting, race first. It just sits well with my heart, right? It says, we might be different. We might have, you might be from over there, I'm over there, and I'm from over here, but we have this one thing in common, and this is beautiful race of ours. And that's what links us together. And that's most important. So whatever your difference is, your religion, your politics, all that stuff, leave it at the door. Race first. So, and I thank you, race first, for your time and patience, brothers and sisters.
Race first, brother Asa. Thanks for representing us well. And in Queens, New York, I hit brother Roddy. Maybe he could jump on a new Brooklyn division. I'm about to go by division number now. I saw Tico on brother Josue, but I don't know if he jumped back off.
Brother
yeah,
Everett.
yeah.
Sorry. One more thing. Yeah. First assistant and myself, we will be traveling to Toronto to show up our Toronto division this week. Yeah, well, next week. So just let you know, UNIA is growing. You got brothers and sisters everywhere across this planet. Wherever you touch down, you got like-minded Africans. So yeah, we'll be showing up we're doing an orientation course, truncated orientation course for the Toronto division, just to get them up and going initially at the end of the week. So look forward to that. Race first, submitted.
Race first, brother Asa. Put your information in the chat for me. So if anybody knows anybody that's close to New York, if you're in New York at a Pacific time, you can reach out to our president and third assistant PG. You said third, right, brother Asa?
Yeah, I'm the third assistant to the president.
Brother OG second. I got you.
Brother OG second and brother Quiet is fourth. That's right.
Perfect. Appreciate you. All right, I don't see brother Josue on, so I guess we can start off. We did 106. Do we have anybody from Philly on? Sister K, you on?
I'm here. Race first, family.
Race first, Sister K.
How you doing? Can everyone hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is amazing. First and foremost, thank you so much, Brother Everett, for putting this together. This feels like an open president's meeting. So I'm grateful to be able to hear all that is going on and share with others. Division 121. We're a tad bit upset because the close of our year and the close of the season ended with some issues at the hall with a little miniature flood and the buildings not still being warm enough to host meetings. So we were a little upset about that, but we are still moving and striving and continue to do the work of our race. And so our very last event that was held at Division 121 was our education extravaganza that happened on November 30th. So members of the community, education members of the community, in partnership with the North Philly Peace Park, worked together to bring a school day to the community. So we had families come out, and all the educators that were involved showcased what an African-centered, STEM-based, land-based learning school would look like. So we had STEM activities, of course, science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Brother Levi was able to support with hydroponics workshop, teaching families how to grow food in their own homes from using water, primarily water, as opposed to soil and other nutrients. Sister did an Afrocentricity workshop that was pretty much on the histories of ourselves as African people and establishing and maintaining our cultural values and systems while we are in any place of the diaspora. So activities like that happen at the hall. Our focus is pretty much on the institutions through our work of the auxiliaries. So let's say, for instance, give me a moment, baby. On Saturdays, we do work through the Building Restoration Committee, where we meet and talk about pretty much organize the format of rehabilitation for our amazing Thomas W. Harvey Liberty Hall. And while we collect and connect with finances and being able to take care of that financially, of course, we have conversations and detailed plans about what the infrastructure and what type of institutionalized programming will happen within those walls. And so, yeah, that's what we're focusing on. So through Black Cross Nurse, of course, I just talked about our work and support with schools and building schooling for ourselves. But of course, we're interested also in wellness care and establishing a wellness center within our amazing Division 121. And so if you can think of, like a overall family medical practice, our amazing mama Marjorie Duguay, if I'm not mistaken, their family has a number of family medical practices. And so that is sort of like the goal, the standard and goal for Philadelphia and hopefully for cities and states throughout the UNIA or the other divisions throughout the UNIA. So us being able to have control of our medical conditions and our medical remedies, our health and wellness all together. Sort of like that's the staple, building a family medical practice that allows you to be able to utilize holistic wellness care as opposed to Western medicines and practices to be able to resolve our African-centered wellness. So and also elements like elder check-ins, being able to check on our elder members, our seasoned members, and making sure that their needs are taken care of as well. So doing things like taking folks to doctor's appointments, checking in on their grocery status, just making sure that they're home and comfortable, and we can make sure that they're comfortable during their their last stage of life, as they've taken care of us in building our nation throughout the first parts of their life. So just making sure that we connect all of those dots through our Black Cross Nurse work. Today, Kairu and I completed our first week of martial arts and self-defense class, where we are also strengthening our work in the auxiliary of the African legions. And so we are also charged, myself and Queen Jessie, a number of our comrades are charged with cultivating our violence prevention and self-defense measures in our community. So we have created a 12-week curriculum that supports with the women in our community with learning these various self-defense and violence prevention and sort of like reducing in our neighborhoods. We are also, of course, working on our wellness care and that element as well, and gathering more or less focusing, not focusing just on women, but pulling in women to be able to learn the methods of defending our families and taking care of ourselves in the absence of our kings. So working on that, of course, and of course, gaining our knowledge and understanding and our skills in all ways in reference to our motor corps. And so that last year, we took part in a series of different trainings that help the women and helped other members of the community, of course, learn how to deal with mechanics and ingenuity as far as automobiles. So things like learning how to change tires and rotors and brakes, things like that. Where we are strengthening our skills in the African Motor Corps. And so pretty much that's our charge, is just to focus on the institutions that we are building through the work of our auxiliaries. And as I leave and turn the stage over to our recording secretary, Sister Jessie, that is on the line as well, I just wanted to put the thought in the members on the call who might be HEC members for our upcoming High Executive Council, because Philadelphia does have the honor of hosting HEC this year, April 10th through 13th. And I just wanted us to think about the things that I've just said and us focusing on the institutions through the work of our auxiliaries as sort of the title and the heading and the subjective theme for our HEC. So just throw that thought around in your brains. And that's all for me. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Real quick, before Sister Jess gets on, Sister K, you said HEC is April 10th to 13th?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. I'll put that in the chat.
Okay, Queen Jessie, you have anything to add?
Yes, peace, lady. Thank you for sharing. Race first, everybody. No, yeah, I definitely wanted to just kind of like really highlight the martial arts training that we've been doing with a brother of ours, who's also a UNIA member. And just the intentionality behind the mindfulness practice that comes with it. So it's a very full body training. Spirituality intertwined as well. And it was very, very nourishing, very nourishing. Also wanted to just speak to earlier, the beginning of the year, Lady K and myself and a few other folks have attended a design brunch with Peace Park as a part of support with peace, the creation of peace towns and the freedom school that is being built by us and for us, which includes young people who have vocational training and construction, who are taking on the efforts of building this freedom school. I know that Lady K will be in charge of curriculum there. And so there's lots of opportunities. There's lots of opportunities to look forward to within this space and building out this freedom school, as well as participation with roles as a part of the Peace Town that is being created as well. The plan is that an entire block will be in the community's hand, like community control, community land trust has been established by them. So really looking forward to continuing to be a part of their the design process and ways in which we are able to instill UNIA African-centered principles within this space for collaboration. So yeah, I think that will conclude what I wanted to add on to that. And if anybody has any comments or questions as well, please do let me know. Race first.
Race first, race first. Thank you, Sister Jess. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat. They can answer via the chat. And Sister Jess and Sister K, please don't forget to put your information in the chat so they can reach out to you. For those who don't know, Philadelphia, as they mentioned, is our international headquarters. So we want to make sure that we take care of Philly and protect them by all means. It's a very important division. Going next, Division 330. President Laureen, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you, my queen. Race first.
Okay, race first. If you can see, we're in the car. And Brother Charles is with me as well, our secretary. And I just wanted to say race first to everyone. It's so nice to see everybody in the year 2025. Brother Everett, Minister of Information, I am thankful and grateful that you have decided to sponsor this meeting, because it definitely is needed, and hopefully we can do this on a regular basis, because I really feel it is needed. I wanted to say that I am Laureen Smith Butler, aka Queen Laureen. I am president of the Woods of Banneker Jackson Bay Division 30. Okay, I wanted to say that during Kwanzaa, we held our Kwanzaa Nia night, where we had libations for the ancestors, candlelighting ceremonies, where the children and the elders can light the candles, entertainment with the singing of with singers Sister Faluke and Brother Wabana, as well as Watermelon Man, with all entertainment for children as well as adults. And finally, we're basically the Dia night was for the giving out of awards to people who have done at least 20 years or more service within the African community, within the Washington, D.C. community. I believe that Brother Everett was there and in attendance, and we appreciate him coming. As he could tell, he had a full house, and it was enjoyed by all. We also had dinners provided for people as well. Then we are gearing up now for our 8th annual Know Thyself Book Fair in Authors Forum at the Thurgood Marshall Center. Once again, the address for that is 1860 12th Street Northwest, Washington, D.C. It will be held on February 1st from 11 to 7 p.m. Okay, I want to say that we will be giving special tribute and honoring Paul Coates, the publisher of Black Classic Press, as well as Sankofa Bookstore in Washington, D.C., and Everyone's Place, as well another bookstore in Baltimore, Maryland. So we are featuring Black authors in the DMV, and it gives people, as well, especially children, an opportunity to hear Black authors talk about their books in any form or fashion that they want to. We give everybody approximately 10 minutes so they can talk about what they have done and how they did it or whatever. And it's been, like I said before, it is the 8th annual Know Thyself Book Fair. So we've been doing this for a while, and it's been very productive and beneficial to the community. Also, we are featuring, once again, we're featuring Chantella Sherman. We had her, Dr. Chantella Sherman. We sponsored her in November, and she talked about eugenics. She is one of the premier, thank you. She is one of the premier people knowledgeable about eugenics. She also had Dr. Sophia Johnson and Dr. William Leon present there, and they made a presentation. That was also very well attended because we were on the Carl Nelson show, sponsoring that and telling people about it, as well as WPFW with Harvard Station. In addition to that, so I'm saying that to tell you that was an introduction to eugenics and an introduction lecture. However, in February at the Martin Luther King Library, she will be starting up and giving courses. So it's a partnership between her organization, which is the Acumen Company, as well as Division 330. Oh, I meant to say that Division 330, we have 3 names. We have Woodson, which is named after Carter G. Woodson. We have Banneker, which is named after Benjamin Banneker. And we have Brother Jackson Day, was one of our presidents, did a lot and was very active within the division. So our division clearly, officially is the Woodson, Banneker, Jackson Day Division 30. So we are also in the final stages of offering self-defense classes courses as chess for children, and we're looking at a clothing swap. You know, and people can either purchase or buy or donate their clothes, and it'll be a purchase swap of clothes. So we're recycling clothes in the division. And so far, I believe that that's it. Charles, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, not at this time.
Just say hello to everybody.
Where's the phone to?
No, it's on here.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm here. I'm glad to see all you Africans. I hope you can hear my voice very well. I'm driving, so it's a little difficult to talk and drive at the same time because there's some crazy folks out here today. But anyhow, race first to everyone. Great Garvey Day as well. We are very active here in 330. Got a lot of activities going on. We don't have a lot of people in 330, but those people that are here are working very hard. And we wish everybody happy holidays if we didn't get a chance to tell you that. And any questions that you may have, feel free to chime in and ask. You're here.
Right, and I just want to add also, Eric, that I am so glad that our Baltimore sister brother division is supporting a number of our activities as we want to support yours. It's only a 45-minute to an hour's drive away. And we are, as we say, we are complete. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Lorraine. Please put your, President Lorraine, I apologize. Please put your information in the chat. One last thing I'd like to ask you, what would you like to see as far as the divisions coming together?
Well, you know, I suggested this, I can't remember how many years ago, when there was different things going on. And I would like to see us act more as a conglomeration instead of what we have now. Meaning that each division has an equal say so in what goes on within the parent body organization. It would be a little deviation from what we have now, but I think people would feel more vested in the UNIA-ACL if you had equal say so. And I would leave it at that. So I'm looking more so at a conglomeration. I think this is a good start that we get together. We can share what we're doing within our division. But I also want to see us be able to make suggestions as to how we can move forward. If this is supposed to be a government, then that's something that I'm looking forward to see. And I will leave it at that. Race first. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, that was perfect. Thank you so much. Race first.
Brother Eric, could I add something to else that 330 is doing? Lorraine forgot to mention.
Yes, go ahead, Brother Imam.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were on, Brother Imam. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm on. How y'all doing?
Race first. Go ahead, brother.
Yes. Okay, we also having our annual wreath-laying ceremony on last Friday of February. One of our trustees, Elbada, coordinates the wreath-laying ceremony in honor of Dr. Carter G. Woodson. And that's the last Friday in February at 11 o'clock at the park, Carter G. Woodson Park, located at 9th and Rhode Island Avenue in Northwest. And one other thing, I have a recommendation.
Thank you so much, Imam.
Yeah. I have a recommendation also on behalf of 330. I'm part of the economic committee, and I've been asking all the divisions for a while to try to coordinate things that each division is doing economically as far as products, you know, wholesaling and retailing products to each other. And how can we raise our capital level in each division? I think that's very, very important. But I think we could we should start internally as far as every division knowing what each other division has as far as products that they sell and make. So we can, you know, buy some of those products wholesale and sell them retail. And I think it's a win-win for everybody. But this is a recommendation that I think we could, you know, work on going forward. And that's it.
That's an excellent idea, Brother Imamu. Thank you for that. Please, Brother Imamu, please put your information in the chat. So if anybody has any ideas or would like to connect with you on some products that we could sell, they could hit you up.
Now
Brother Everett,
I'm not sure
Brother
about
Everett,
how to put stuff in chat, but I'm not a tech person.
I'll see how if I can get it in this.
Okay.
Okay, Brother Everett.
Yes.
He prompted me to think of the fact that we have been trying to get everybody's number, if they're willing to share it with the other divisions, at least the president's emails and their phone numbers. So we could, you know, possibly, I know I have some, but so there's a situation that I need to talk to Brother Clyde about, I can call him or I can email him or I can text him, and vice versa with any other president, because we don't have that, you know. So we need a what do you call it, a directory. So that's my suggestion. Okay,
that makes sense, and I try to get that up on their website too. Could probably add that a little bit more too. So I got you covered. You may have a question.
Well, maybe not necessarily the website, because the website would be open to other people who are coming by on the UNIA website. But I think I would feel comfortable if the other presidents within the division, the different divisions, do my number and my email. See what I'm saying?
Yes, I got you.
And I know theirs.
I got you. Yes,
all right.
Thank you so much. Is that it from DC? Is Brother Albada on? Did he make it on?
I don't think he's on. But
I don't think he's on.
Maybe
yes.
Race first, Brother Albada, Minister Protocol of the UNIA. Brother Albada is the Minister of Protocol. Do you have anything to add, my brother?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
okay, I want to just do a little bit more to the division. We are many tribes, but one family, and it's Race First family. The Woodson Banneker Jackson Bay Division 330. Some of us know about Heritage Gallery and some of us don't. Heritage Gallery, UNIA International, is a museum archive, lecture series, visual and performing art with wearable art in partnership with the Thurgood Marshall Center here in Washington, D.C. Lorraine and Brother Imamu talked about the annual wreath laying ceremony. The wreath laying ceremony came about years ago for the Office of Protocol. In the Office of Protocol for Ceremonial Affairs. Now we use the wreath laying ceremony to stay in touch with our protocol ceremonies. It helps us to stay in line when we do the wreath laying ceremony. I want to add also, December the 1st is the Marion Berry wreath laying ceremony, which is the annual ceremony that we do. The Office of Protocol works with the Council of Elders here in the Washington, D.C. for the UNIA and the parent body worldwide. I hope I didn't leave anything out.
No, that was excellent. Thank you so much, Brother Elbada.
Oh, one other thing, Brother Everett, that I wanted to mention, I forgot to mention that some of our members are part of the Restoration Committee that works on the restoration of headquarters. And we meet the first and third Saturday, offering suggestions and recommendations on how we can get the headquarters back up, moving and working for 121 and the whole UNIA. That's what we've been doing the past, I believe, 2 or 3 years. Myself, Butter at one point, and Brother Charles, we come on and offer our suggestions for that.
Race first, thank you, Brother Imamu.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the next division. Let's see where we're at. I believe it will be 401. Is anybody here from 401? Isaiah Mortar? I know Brother Marua said he would try to make it, but I'm not sure if he made it on. Going once, Division 401, Chicago, Isaiah Mortar. All right, we're going to head on to the Atlanta Division, Division 421. Brother John, are you there?
Yes, I thought I need like 1 minute. No one from Detroit is here. 407.
Yeah, I can go to 407 and come back. I skipped it. My bad. Good looking, Brother John. Brother Lamar, you're up. 407, Detroit Division.
Yes, sir.
Arthur Thomas.
Up, you mighty race. Up, you mighty race. And 407 on December the 15th, we had our election. I was reelected. Actually, our elections were uncontested, but we did have 2 new members elected, 2 new officers elected, I should say. We have Brother Reynard Phillips, who is now our division secretary, financial and general. We have Sister Elon Shabazz, who is elected as our treasurer. And of course, Sister Beverly and myself, or I as president, Beverly as lady president, as well as who else? Oh, Brother Cox was the second assistant. So those are our core officers that were elected on the 15th. On the 21st of December, we had a pre-Kwanzaa event where we hosted Sister Maisha from Philadelphia, who was not to my knowledge, a member of the UNIA, but she was the head of the Kwanzaa committee. And Philadelphia has the second largest Kinara in the world, with the first being in Detroit, the largest Kinara. And we had a banquet between 2 organizations, Akibalan Village and Avalon Village, where we are part and active with those organizations, or some of our members are. And we had it at our brand new food co-op and Mama Imani Hall, which we call the Detroit Commons. We are members of and will become official organization member of what's here called the Detroit Food Sovereignty Network, where we grow our own foods, and as well as we have the largest Black co-op in the state of Michigan, and one of the largest in the United States. It's a grocery store cooperative and a common hall with 5 kitchens, which people could use to sell and market products, to market and sell products, use the kitchens to operate. We are also part and parcel of that organization. We are also, we had a Kwanzaa ball on the 21st, On the 26th, we had the lighting of the world's largest Kinara downtown in downtown Detroit. And where the red, black, and green, of course, are theme colors. And we use it as a tool to inform the African community at large. And then we had the 7 days of Kwanzaa. On Nia night was our host, and we had a fantastic Kwanzaa on Nia night, and we participated with all 7 days of Kwanzaa. We are now in the midst of organizing our schedule. We realize that this is the 60th commemoration of the transition of one of Garvey's cubs. I refer to him as cubs, as his father was a Garveyite, his mother was a Garveyite, and he was instrumental in the expanding and growth of the Nation of Islam, none other than El-Hajj Malik al-Shabazz, also known before he became conscious as Detroit Red. So Detroit Reds, affectionately called Detroit Red, also known as Omawali, made his transition on the 21st. So we look forward to doing some things cooperatively with other organizations for that weekend for El-Hajj Malik al-Shabazz, Malcolm X, Detroit Red, Omawali. Also, it is his 100th birthday come May. As you know, he made his transition at 39 and some months. But his birth, had he been alive, he'd be 100 now. And that's not a far-fetched, as we have some of our Tuskegee Airmen where we have our Liberty Hall within the right at the Tuskegee Airmen Monument in the city of Detroit, at the Detroit City Airport. And so we are organizing. We haven't solidified our schedule for the year. We're in the process of doing that this Sunday and the rest of Sunday for this month, as well as solidifying the membership. We've had two members lose close members of their family. We have our lady president who lost her sister. Sister Beverly lost one of her sisters, and so we need a special prayer for that. And Brother Washington Usan, he operates several cleaners. He's a member, and he's a regular dues-paying member of 407. He lost his father, whose homegoing I went to today. And so those are the things. I want to take it over to the lady president and then to the secretary so they can include anything that I may have forgotten.
Race first.
Lady president?
Race first.
Yes, race first. I yield to the secretary.
Brother Reynard.
Comments? Yes, I'm here.
Yes, that's our Brother Reynard is our newly elected president, newly elected, maybe one day, newly elected secretary.
Yes.
Go ahead. Reflections, observations, introduction to yourself.
Oh, yes. So as President Lamar was saying, I am Brother Reynard Phillips. I am the current secretary, both financial and general secretary for the Arthur Thomas Memorial, Division 407. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here, and I thank you. Thank everyone for being here, give me a platform. So in terms of my observations, one of the things that I know, or that I've seen since having become a member back in 2021, actually, and I recently returned in 2024. I think that as an organization and as a government, we are really on the cusp of a new era in this country here in the United States and possibly around the world. And what we have to do is we have to come together to make sure that we represent the type of nation that Black people want and that Black people deserve, Africans around the world want and deserve. To that extent, I've been working with the president to make sure that 4 core values have been inculcated into our division. One is that our government is honest. So to that accord, we're working on extending our financial accountability. One of the things we did was we have an account now with a Black-owned bank. We've always had that, but we are currently making our reports more public in order to make sure that there's that financial accountability, that people know where they're going. And also in terms of our elections being open and honest. So honesty, meritocracy, we're doing our best to make sure that the people who are in the roles of leadership deserve those roles. So we're working together to make sure that we have a list of qualifications and expectations and making those expectations clear from the people that we expect in those leadership roles. We really are making sure that the equality of men and women are respected. Africana womanism, so to speak. A lot of times in our movement, women are often cast to the side or often treated lesser than. We want to make sure that we're speaking to the issues of women and that that we are empowering them and to work alongside us and to work in their interests and our interests, because we can't advance as a people if our women are not advancing with us. And lastly, we're in our division, and now what I've noticed widely, and I'm very happy to see, is self-reliance. So that means making sure that we invest in Black-owned business. So even as we start our business, we've been selling flags. We make sure those flags are Black-owned companies. If we continue to go forward and like selling clothing, those are going to be Black-owned companies. We work with different companies, just as President Lamar was saying, for instance, the Detroit People's Co-op, which is Black-led, and make sure that food deserts are eliminated by selling fresh vegetables in hard-hit areas. Some people might call them ghetto areas, but areas where there is low income. So by inculcating these 4 values, our division is seeing, I believe, a vast improvement from where we were before. We have more active leadership and less dissent, and we're going to continue to move those values forward.
Thank you, Brother Reynard, and welcome to the family. And we appreciate your work, and I look forward to networking with you.
Absolutely.
All right. I know I might have skipped some. So for the overseas divisions, I'm definitely going to get to. I think Toronto's on in Jamaica. I see you, so I'm going to get to you as well. Brother John, are you ready, or do I need to go to Brother Clyde?
No, we're ready.
Okay, and before you go, Brother John, just wanted to acknowledge, I believe Sister Brenda, our Secretary General, hardest working person in the UNIA, is in the building, so I wanted to give a shout out real quick. Race first, Sister Brenda, if that's you.
Greetings, everyone. Race first.
Race first. The floor is yours, Brother John. Brother John from Atlanta.
Thank you, Brother Everett. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you for being here. And again, Brother Everett, as I believe others have mentioned, thank you for hosting this gathering. My name is Brother John Hargrove. I serve as president for Division 421 in Atlanta. We are the Dr. Julius Nyeri CBPM division, founded under Honorable Ross Marvin in 2009. He currently serves as our treasurer. So I'll try to give a brief overview of what we've got going on. I'm going to call on some of our officers. Lady President, Sister Diane, I'm going to call on you in a moment. First Vice President, Brother Macias, I'll call on you. Second Lady President, Sister Cecily, I'll call on you. No, First Lady President, I'm sorry. Sister Cecily, I'll call on you if you have any comments. And then I'll finish with our elders, Attorney Imhotep from Council General position. I'll call on you, and then Ross Marvin, Treasurer, I'll allow you to have the last word. Our focus as a division is somewhat twofold. It's a combination of external and internal. I came into the position of president in 2021, and I don't think being a leader in the UNIA is something that you will ever truly be ready for. Some people say the same things in regards to like marriage or being a parent. It's not, you can never prepare yourself enough for what you are stepping into, the responsibility that you're stepping into. So for us, the twofold approach has been development and training and education. And that's internal as well as external. We spend about 6 months when it's warm. We have a lot of activities, external activities. We still have quite a few going on right now, but not as many as when it's warmer, when we can have events outdoors. But that's when we do a lot of our engagement and recruiting is during the summertime and when it's warmer. Then when it gets cooler, like now, we do a lot of internal development. So we're looking at Constitution, course of African philosophy, message to the people, trying to understand how to carry out these responsibilities of our office. One of my favorite quotes, one of my favorite phrases from Mr. Garvey in regards to what the UNIA is, or what the UNIA is, comes from a speech Mr. Garvey gave titled "Principles of the UNIA" from November 25th, 1922. And I'll just read one paragraph. He says, "Therefore, the UNIA is not advocating the cause of church building, because we have sufficiently large number of churches among us to administer the spiritual needs of the people, and we are not going to compete with those who are engaged in so splendid a work. We are not engaged in building a new society, new social institutions and YMCAs or YWCAs, because there are enough social workers engaged in those praiseworthy efforts. We are not engaged in politics. We have enough local politicians, Democrats, Socialists, Soviets, etc., and political situation is well taken care of. We are not engaged in domestic politics, in church building, or in social uplift work, but we are engaged in nation building." And we really have to, at least, we try to really understand what that means, nation building, and what that means to us as a division and as a region, and how we can truly practice these principles of self-reliance. And as I've been taught, the highest form of self-reliance is self-governance. So things such as what Brother Oster brought forth, the orientation, which the exam will be taking place this evening, is a very high focus for us here. But understanding the responsibilities of leadership is the best way I can summarize it. As far as events and activities, I feel we've been extremely busy. I'm trying to think of how many programs there have been. I can think of 6 programs in the past within a 50-day span, 4 programs coming up in the next 40 days. But we had a Kwanzaa program, as a lot of people were spoken to. 27th, I believe we had an event, Kuji Chagalia. Your Lady President, Sister Yvette Mama Earth, mentioned Omanala Griot. That is a facility here in Atlanta. That's where we have a lot of our programs. That's where we had our Kuji Chagalia program in December, well attended and well supported. Most recent program that I can remember, and it wasn't ours, but we supported, was the January 8th celebration of the life of Noble Drew Ali. Sister Zafia Bey, I believe, out of Baltimore, had a program that we supported to highlight the accomplishments and the camaraderie, the brotherhood of these nations that I like to consider them now. Moving forward, as I said, 4 programs in the next 40 days. Tomorrow we have a Unity program here in Atlanta. It'll be in person on College Park. We've got we're working to build an ongoing relationship with the local Black organizations, primarily Moorish Science Temple, Nation of Islam, and the United Sabaeans, formerly known as the Nawapians. So we have we have regular programs throughout the year where we collaborate. Most of the programs center around charity work. Each group will donate a certain amount of either food or clothing. We come together and then we distribute that into our community as a collective to try to show what we consider unity in the community. So that'll be tomorrow. Next weekend, January 18th, we'll be hosting another virtual program centered around the Constitution of the UNIA-ACL. So it'll be a 6-hour program, and it'll be very informative. I do encourage everyone in the UNIA to attend, especially officers that hold a level of responsibility. But we'll be breaking down, we plan to have a full comprehensive breakdown as best we can in 6 hours of the Constitution. And we're asking all division leadership to support with next week's program. That'll be next week, that's 18th. Following that, that'll be all. I think that's all we got for January so far. February, we've got a couple programs on the radar. February 10th, 2025 will mark the 100-year anniversary of Marcus Garvey's Atlanta speech. And we will be having a program in Lithonia, Georgia, in-person program to commemorate that. Hopefully we can announce, some activity, some increased membership. And I'm really, having the intentions of seeing if we can establish a division on the east side of Atlanta. I think we have enough support. So it only takes 7 people. Let's see if we can establish a division this year. Following that, 15th of February, we have another community program highly centered around agriculture. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with Hereafter Farms. Brother Farkhan Muhammad, Brother Ben X. There's a couple other agriculture organizations involved, and we'll be having another that'll be here in Atlanta. We're finalizing the location. I think last I heard we'll be at the Shrine of the Black Madonna on Abernathy. So that'll be a couple programs coming up. Other than that, focus will be High Executive Council. Thank you for posting those dates, April 10th through 13th. We've already discussed as a division the focus for High Executive Council and Convention, Philadelphia and Brooklyn, and making sure that we, as a division, are planning and preparing to travel and participate and support our region. A couple other things. Business was mentioned from Division 330 and products, which I thought was I always talk about that, and I'm glad that other divisions are mentioning it as well. And I'm glad my division is able to hear that. That's something that we stress here from an economic standpoint is having products, but also we take it a little step further, not just products, but production, making sure we are producing the products that we are selling. One of our biggest financial drivers right now is Brother James Wilson. His books, Teach Me About Garvey, Red, Black, and Green, Tell Me What It Means. And he's got a book on Malcolm X as well. We purchased a box of books of Teach Me About Garvey, and we are working to distribute those. But that is a program that Brother James, I'm not sure if he's spoken with leadership about. He would like to bring that to the UNI as a whole, to try to, as we have curriculums, institutions, we'll have we can have some form of a unified curriculum. And obviously he, would love if we would use his text centered around Garvey as part of that curriculum. But also flags. We produce flags. We need to produce more this year. And T-shirts is also another product that has been good when we have events. Final product that I would highlight, and I know that there's been some obstacles behind it, is our Garvey Voice magazine. I'm not sure what the future as far as where we'll be producing those, but we, want to continue to purchase those and move those throughout our community. See what else I've got. Last things I got is, there's a couple things. Charity. We've had some challenges here locally. Our former lady president, Sister Ra Ebony, she's relocated to the Delaware area, so we're looking forward to hearing some UNI progress in that area. Unfortunately, her mother did transition prior to the end of the year, so we as a division, we came together to provide charitable contribution to her and her family. And we also lost another great leader, now ancestor here in the Atlanta area. I'm not sure if others are familiar with him, Brother Bilal Sunni Ali. He's got a lot of history, very big in the Muslim community, but he transitioned either late last year or early this year, and we contributed to his family as well. But in closing, before I hand it over to my lady president, as I said, the characteristics of nation builders is what we are trying to develop. So Mr. Garvey teaches us how, he teaches us different principles such as leadership, character, how to have good character, how to have a stable economy, self-initiative, purpose, and one of the most important is diplomacy. But all of these characteristics we feel, in addition to several others, kindness, are essential for UNIA representatives. And that's kind of where my focus has been really since I've been president. But we've got a 6-month program. We're about halfway through. So we've got 3 more months of training that is complementary to the orientation program. As Brother Oster said, our orientation program is 12 to 15 weeks, which follows with a 6 to 8 hour test, and you must have an 84% proficiency, and that's the entry level orientation exam that we all must show a level of proficiency of. In regards to officers training, it's a 22-week course. It takes 6 months. The exam is 6 hours, and you must show a 90% or better to complete the course. And I like to, Brother Everett has shown that proficiency. As he mentioned, Brother Bruce has shown that proficiency. Secretary General has shown that proficiency. Attorney Imhotep has shown that proficiency. And of course, my President Ross Marvin has shown that to me, in addition to others, but those are the ones that I can speak to. With that, I'll close out. And Lady President, Sister Diane, if there's anything you would like to mention that I did not mention, please do.
Greetings, everyone. I am Marshall. Phone's ringing, 1 second. Okay. Diane Marshall, newly elected Lady President of Division 421, Atlanta. It is an honor to be a part of this amazing organization, an honor to be a part of the executive team. President John pretty much touched on everything, but I believe we're having an event on January 30th. I think I remember the date. I don't know the time, for division-wide Black Cross nurses or folks that aspire to be a part of the Black Cross nurses. I would definitely love to see more collaboration division-wide there, and division-wide on economics, which that's a piece that's near and dear to me. Working on stuff as we speak, nothing to roll out yet, but more collaboration as well on the side of economics. Yeah, we're pretty much Brother John touched on everything. I think that's pretty much all I have to add today. Great to be on the call with all you wonderful folks. Enjoy the call very much.
Race first, Sister Diane, please put your information in the chat, your email. I know our Lady President would love to connect with you and other Lady Presidents and Black Cross nurses.
Thank you.
And Brother John, you forgot about Sister K. She put that in the chat.
Absolutely, Sister Cation, that is completely my oversight, and which I apologize, but Sister Cation was the first to receive a certificate from me, and her dedication, her sacrifice, her commitment. Anyone that knows her and knows her obstacles on a daily basis, being able to manage her personal life, but also still attending the classes and sitting through the examination. She did an excellent job. So my apologies, Sister Cation, for that oversight.
Give thanks and appreciation, Brother John. I was just teasing you, but I thank you. I thank you so very much for all those acknowledgments and affirmations. Give thanks. Appreciate you.
Okay. Sister Diane, did you complete? I'm sorry, I didn't. Yeah, I think she did.
I did the message to the people.
Well, no. I meant just were you finished with your report?
Yes, pretty much.
Next,
Thank
I want
you.
to call
First.
on. Thank you, Lady President. Race first. Next, and I know, and I'm not trying to rush anyone, but I know I took quite a bit of time, and we still got a couple. First Vice President, Brother Macias, is there anything that you can share with us? Any updates on business that we've been discussing locally?
Yes, greetings. I'll definitely try to be quick, and I'll veg you back off of what you said, President John. We are about building a nation. A nation has there are pillars that are involved, and economics is one of the major pillars. But then within economics, it has pillars within itself. If we are really focusing on building an economic infrastructure that is going to improve the lives of our people, not only just for the current moment, but for generations to come, then we have to have long-term goals. Sorry about that. I work note in the background, but we have to have long-term plans for the future generations. And economic pillars involve acquisition of money, how to cultivate it, to grow it, and the distribution of money, and also the protection of it as well. And for me, this year we talked about our yearly plan for economic development department this year at our last meeting. But the major focus is for us to grow in our knowledge base of how economic systems work. And if we are able to grow in our knowledge base, then we are able to create systems that will help improve not only just for ourselves for the current moment, but for generations to come. So we have a lot of different live events. We have our business development meeting every second and fourth Sunday. Every second and fourth Thursday at 8 o'clock. And the goal this year is to have different events that are educational focused events to help us be more financial literate, to understand or how economics operates. So I'm excited that for this year's focus, and hopefully it could be a focus that we all can have for us to not only grow in our knowledge, but also grow in our execution of what it takes to build an economic foundation that's going to improve. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Macias. Before you continue, Brother John, Sister Brenda, you had your hand up. Secretary General.
Sante, thank you. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but it wasn't, I just realized how late it is, so I can't stay long, but I do want to let all the divisions know that the Black Cross nurses will be meeting on January 23rd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So look for that link to come out. Sister Yasmin is looking forward to meeting with all the divisions. So please put that on your calendar. That's January 23rd. I think it's a Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I also wanted to say, is my understanding that we're about to start the exam?
Yes, I was just about to say it's almost 6. So if anybody has to take the exam, please feel free to exit out.
Yeah, so some of us have to leave, but I want to commend you, Brother Everett. This is a great idea. You're doing a great job, and to everyone who came out, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating, and race first.
Race first. Back on you, Brother John.
One more thing. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
UAL meeting is next Friday. I think it's next Friday.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, UAL meeting next Friday for the brothers. Race first.
All right, race first. Thank you, Secretary General. Back on you, Brother John.
Thank you, Brother Everett. Thank you, Secretary General, for those announcements. And also, Brother Macias is also a graduate of course of African Philosophy class of 2022, I believe, or 23. I'm not sure. Next, Sister Cecily, is there anything that you'd like to share as First Lady Vice President? Sister Cecily, you there? Okay, looks like Sister Cecily dropped off. All right, Sister Cecily. I think I said, what was it? Attorney Imhotep and Ross Marvin. Attorney Imhotep, is there anything that you want to share? Attorney Imhotep. Okay. Last, Ross Marvin, you there?
Yes, President John, I'm here.
Anything you want to share with the family?
Yes. I don't know why this thing not.
You got your
It's
camera
like
on.
I come on the call and my camera can't turn around. I don't know why it not turning around. But anyway, I'll just speak without it. Greetings, family. Greetings to our Secretary General, Honorable Brenda Amokin. Greeting to our Minister of Information. Greetings to all divisions and greetings to all
Breaking up a little
UNIA
bit, Ross.
members. Say race first. I'm Ralph.
First.
Breaking up. Okay. I'm Ralph Marvin, the first president for Division 421 from 2009 to 2021. I work.
We're not hearing you, Ross.
Brother Raj, you there? Okay, we hear you a little now.
Yeah. I'm speaking up loud and I have the phone close. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, just want to mention one of the program that we do from Division 421, and that's our weekly newsletter, the Whirlwind newsletter. I'm one of the editors, and thanks to all brothers and sisters who's been readers of the Whirlwind newsletter. This year, 2025, makes 14 years that we've been putting out the Whirlwind newsletter. In 2024, we put out 45 issues of the Whirlwind newsletter and expect about the same amount this year too. So just want to thank our president, President John, for his leadership, bringing in a lot of young brothers and sisters from District 5 in the UNIA, Atlanta, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, bringing a lot of young brothers and sisters into the UNIA. And I love to see the leadership, our leadership of young brothers and sisters who's doing great and excellent job. All of our officers, big up to them. And we're fortunate to have our UNIA-ACL Counsel General, who's also a member of Division 421, Attorney Imhotep. And President Everett, this is a great program today and look forward to many more. Say race first, one God, one aim, one destiny. Ross Marvin, Atlanta, Georgia.
Race first, Brother Raj. And for all the Baltimore members, just to let you know, there would not be a Baltimore division without Ross Marvin. He actually introduced me to Brother Kajana. Brother Caesar called me. We sat down and it was like it's on and popping. We're going to do this. So I appreciate you, Brother Ross. Brother John, was that it? Are you closing out?
Yeah, we good, brother. Thank you. Yeah, we're good. Thank you very much. Race first, family.
Race first. All right, next is going on to our Chicago division. Brother Clyde, are you there?
Yes, greetings everyone, and thank you, President Everett, for a great job in putting this call together. We appreciate all of your efforts, not just this one, of course. You're on the case at all times. So when we have programs, we try to get those to you, and I know you're busy, and yet you still find time to get us put on the internet. So we appreciate your efforts. Greetings to all the UNIA division officers and members. Thank you all for attending the call. For the UNIA Division 429, also known as the Garvey Nkrumah Memorial Progressive Division. Greetings. My name is Brother Clyde Banks. I'm the president. I think we just lost our lady president a minute ago, but we do have who is going to speak, our first vice president, Brother Shaka Barak, right after I give a couple of comments in terms of what we have been doing as a division. We have tried to stay busy. As you all know, we can never be busy enough from the perspective of all the work that needs to be done on behalf of our people. But we try to recruit and make sure that our ranks are inclusive of a myriad of skills, talents, and gifts to ensure that we can do the best we can for our people. With regards to our programs, we celebrated our 50th year of being a division here in Chicago. We have sold some of the flags that were manufactured by our division in Washington, D.C. 330. We've done Black History programs. We've had a Women's Day event, which was very well attended. We had groups that included children as young as 4 years old and the elders as old as 95 years old. So we ran the spectrum of opinions and experiences, and that was a truly enlightening program that we had. We have supported our local playwrights, which we think it is important to tell our story, and we give them information all the time about what being a Garveyite is about and what we should be doing for our people, not only here locally, but throughout the country and throughout the globe. So, there are three playwrights that we have really embraced and try to make sure that they have all the support that they need. We have held several children's programs where we try to instill in them the oneness of our people, and they understand and appreciate the legacies of some of our ancestors, both within their families as well as worldwide, so that, again, they recognize the names, they recognize the faces, because we have them doing those impersonations. So we also did a Kwanzaa Moja brunch a few weeks back, and that was successful in bringing in some of the younger people, as well as some of the meanings of Kwanzaa with the Guza Saba, 7 principles, drumming, interpretive dance, and some other activities that were included. We had, in order to, bring some of the previous former members back into the division, we had what we call the membership appreciation event. And so we went back to about 200 of our members, some of that have stayed with us throughout consistently, but some that have fallen away from the division. So we went and tried to bring some of them back. It was successful in that we did it back in December, so they will be on the rolls for this year. So we're really looking forward to starting the year off with a bang from that perspective. Going forward, we do want to continue our advances with beginning some businesses at the division. Since I'm doing construction, I mean, that's a logical progression for me to try and ensure that we have adequate housing and or places to meet for our people. So, that is something that certainly gives our community some work and also something they can show for it. We want to be able to build those economic bases so that we can do things like supporting our best and brightest. Instead of them going out for scholarships to get to colleges, preferably HBCUs, but not necessarily. And make sure that they come back home when they're done and they're trained up to do the work that we need to have done for us as opposed to everybody else around the globe. We want to have energy production, which I wanted to talk to you. Brother John there in Atlanta, I plan on coming down on the 15th of next month with the agriculture program that you'll be putting on. One of our members, Brother Ty Simmons, will be there with his team. And I'm going to be bringing a few other folks around from the area. We're going to be talking about what we're doing on the solar end in conjunction with agriculture. So we are looking forward to that event, and we appreciate you, Brother John, for your team and putting that together. Georgia, would you like to say anything?
No, you're doing great here.
Okay. What I'd like to do is to, at this point, pull it over to Brother Shaka Barak, our first vice president. We got in just in time from a Haitian independence commemoration at Operation Push, run by the Honorable Jesse Jackson Sr. His congressman's son was there, and other Ron Daniels and others were there. That really gave us a bird's eye view of what's going on in Haiti right now. So that was important to be in the house. Brother Shaka, are you available to come on now?
Certainly, Mr. President. First, one God, one aim, one destiny, Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. Thanks to all those who have shared their work, I can see opportunities for cross-fertilization. Thanks to the Minister of Information and the President of the Baltimore Division for having this mass movement or meeting. President Clyde has sent me several dozen photos that have been taken over last few years, in fact, of events that we've been involved with. And so I'm thinking that I can forward that to the Ministry of Information, and you can use it as you see fit. In other words, if you know what we're doing here, you can take that information that we supply you on a regular basis, and if you can use it, if you can see how you can take advantage of that information and make contacts through that information or plan to do some things of a similar nature, you're welcome to do that. Almost a year ago, rather August the 31st, 2024, we invited people from many camps, and a minister from the Nation of Islam said to us, I happen to be moderating, he said, you don't have to wait until Black History Month or August to educate the people about the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He is so big, he's done so many things until you could do something on a regular basis. So every month we have did something, something to help educate our members on the history of the UNIA and ACL and the life of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I believe that the better we understand the history of the UNIA and the life of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the more successful we'll be. I visited the city of Robbins, Illinois, where Eleanor White, one of the first students in the course of African philosophy, worked in that local government and in that the division that was in Robbins. And the Honorable Marcus Garvey used to come down there. I have pictures of that office or building that the UNIA operated out of. And wherever you commissioners look inside of the Constitution and you find these towns that the UNIA used to be in, these cities that the UNIA used to be in, if you do a little work, you may find there's some roots that are still there that you can tap into and maybe find a grandchild or great-grandchild of some Garveyite. We're holding our next program to discuss the history of the UNIA Constitution. That'll be on January the 18th, one day after my birthday, which is January the 17th. No surprises, please. And I'll tell you that um, uh, Commissioner Hargrove, President of Division 421, has been doing a wonderful job as we collaborate. And I think our Minister of Information wants us to maybe do even more collaborating around things that we have in common, goals that we are pursuing. So we've been kind of united at the hip for the last 6-7 months. And the UNIA, of course, and the Life of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, of course, has so many things that can be either emulated or copied or talked about to inspire our people, because this is the greatest movement that has ever existed among our people, and he's the greatest leader that we've ever had. So it's not difficult to see how important it is to keep that information before our people. So it's been nice working with President of 421 and the Commissioner of, I believe that's the 5th District. We just had a Kwanzaa program, and the first day, Umoja, Unity. And I'll tell you, though I haven't heard from our Commissioner General, that group of young men and women that were there at our Kwanzaa program, our joint Kwanzaa program, 401 and 429, pulled it off together. And I was a co-moderator, but those young people, I mean, we met his first vice president, we met his lady president, we met other officers there, and we were highly successful. So I remember that the UNIA has made so many friends over the last 50 years that when some project is going on, they call on us. I worked to get the Lakeshore Drive changed to a Point de Sable Drive. And it ought to be, because Point de Sable was the founder of Chicago. On the continent, like Caesar, I have invested a lot of time and a little money in the Marcus Garvey's Drillers Foundation, because I believe that these young people are getting unadulterated Garveyism. And it's being taught, and they're learning. I mean, they are able to recite his speeches. They are able to also recite his epigrams, and they're just fired up about the life and the works of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Because just like Michael Harry, when I first met him, he didn't know anything about the Honorable Marcus Garvey. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, there's a lot of people who've never even heard of Marcus Garvey. And so if you have an opportunity to talk to somebody about him, you may find that this person doesn't know anything. But if you talk to them right, if you persuade them to take a closer look, they will be inspired and join up with you for a lifetime. I spoke to a graduating class of disadvantaged youth recently, and they were so fired up because they had never heard of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. I talked to PhDs, and it's the same thing, Minister. They say, why don't I know anything about Marcus Garvey? Well, it's no accident. So Clyde and I, as he said, we just left the Haitian community at Operation Push, and we had a chance to listen to a video presentation by the president of Haiti. We had a chance to listen to a panel discussion where they were describing what was going on in Haiti. But I think I was just as informed as the panelists, because I'm following it every day, because it's so close to my heart. I have been invited to Ghana in November, when I plan to also go to Burkina Faso to meet my son, Captain Ibrahim Touré. I love the work that the brother's doing. And it's only because a member of the division said, Brother Shaka, you got to get up on Burkina Faso and Captain Ibrahim Touré. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then when I did, it was like, whoa, a 35-year-old man, captain, head of state, and he's implementing the most bold and courageous changes of any leader on the continent of Africa. So I'm quite impressed, and I hope to have an opportunity to meet with him. Lastly, we have presented the Marcus Garvey exhibit to many primary schools here in Chicago, thanks to our member, Dr. Gail Frazier. She's opened up so many doors. And so what will they do with the knowledge? We just have to keep it before them, keep encouraging them. Don't give up on them. And just like El Haj Malik El Shabazz, I mean, he took a turn for the worse, but he was able to come back. And so we're not going to give up on our people because we know they can come back. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Shaka. Thank you, Brother Cloud. Was there anybody else that was presenting for your division before we move on?
No.
Yes, we have the one of the secretaries of our division. Hold on a second.
Greetings. I'm Sister Kamar Mateen Barak, Financial Secretary for Division 429 here in Chicago. I think today has been an exceptional day for Garveyites, those at home and those abroad. This is something that is well needed and has been well received. Just wanted to thank everyone who is on this call, who participated, and who made this happen. I can only say and agree with everything that has been said. I'd like to also add that one of our biggest programs here in Chicago was held August the 31st, 2024, on our liberation and holiday. And we were honored to have our President General, the Honorable Michael R. Duncan, and first Vice President General Brother Raymond Duguay to come to Chicago and honor the elders and show their appreciation for the work that they've done and the work that they can continue to do. With that, I leave you with our motto of one God, one aim, one destiny, and I'm sending out hope that with God and Garvey, we will be successful.
I say thank you for that, Sister Kamar. And for those that don't know, that you see us in our African Legion shirts, just to let you know, Brother Shaka designed those shirts when we were at the HEC in Atlanta. So I thank you, Brother Shaka, because, you know, we rock them real hard in Baltimore.
Yeah, are you also rocking the beret?
Of course now, come on now. We got it.
Well, let me thank Brother Marua, because when we were brainstorming about a uniform that all of us could have easy access to without having to, you know, spend a lot of money, he came up with the Dickie uniforms, and they worked perfectly. And then we put the little cap with it, and we put the emblems on it, and red, black, and green, the symbols on it. But then that hat, that beret, man, that's a powerful piece, especially since there's so many young people on the continent now that are embracing militarism, and they're in the fatigues, and they're in the. So we'll have another discussion about how we can be creative and align ourselves so that when we show up, we don't look like strangers because we're dressed somewhat differently than the leadership is dressed. All right, my brother. And
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We have Brother Marua that's going to speak in a minute for his division. But before I go, I see Toronto on. I see Jamaica on. I'm going to get to you. I do not see Liberia. So I want to make Liberia, if you're on, put it in the chat. London, if you're on, put it in the chat. I'll get you out there. I don't see Brother Roddy, but if Queens, if someone's from Queens, put yourself in the chat. I'll get you to speak. Vancouver, if you're in, I'll put you in the speeches. Put yourself in the chat. Sierra Leone, if you're here, I'll put you in the chat, and of course Ghana. That's all that I can see, and I get to Jamaica and Toronto after Brother Marua. High Commissioner, are you there?
Yes, sir, Brother Minister. Yes, sir, I'm here. Race first, everyone.
Race first.
Yeah, looks like we got a great event today, and I'm sorry for my tardiness. I'm here doing race work here in the city of Chicago, talking to a population of our people who have recovered from alcohol and drug addiction, which I know is something that we are all facing. If you have not went through it yourself, I'm quite sure you know someone who has. So I'm here at an event with members who have significant amount of clean time. I think the largest, the most clean time in the room today was about 35 years being off from heroin addiction. So that was inspiring, and I'm trying to see how we can actually get these fellowships, these recovery fellowships, involved in race work. So that's what has caused my tardiness. But I'm glad to see the members who are at this meeting. I'm glad to see Detroit in the house, Lady President Beverly, Sister Beverly, uh, um, the president of DC, Sister Lorraine. It's good to see that she's in the house. Sister Kay, the lady president of Philadelphia. I'm glad to see that she's in the house. And it was good to hear Brother Shaka and Sister Kamar speak from our division in Chicago, our sister division, 429, and the commissioner of a District 5, Brother John. It's good to see he's in the house also. And Ross Marvin. Oh, it's good to see that Ross Marvin is here too. And and Brother L. Bollard, our Minister of Protocol. Glad to see that they are joining us. The race work continues. Who race better to save than your own? So when it comes down to it, we as African people, it's our responsibility to take care of our people. It's our responsibility. It's no one else. Nobody's gonna save us but us. So we want to make sure that is done. And here in Chicago, at Division 401, we are working real hard to deal with our youth, to get our youth involved. What we have found is that, a lot of our youth, because of, a lot of us have quit speaking, Black power. It's like we have become afraid of our youth. I'd never be afraid of my children. And and even though I might say some things that they don't think they want to hear, once they hear it, if they are listening, then it can be some remarkable things. So what we're doing here, and what we're working on real hard here is we got a youth summit speaking on race first ideology. And we want our youth to actually not only come and hear about race first, but also to speak to us as far as what they feel and how they feel race first can work with their generation. One thing that our youth have told us, that we've heard our youth say, that, you know, we want to do all the talking and not enough listening. We got to listen to our youth, hear what they got to say, and, you know, what affects them, and see how we can assist them. You know, we want to be in partnership with our family, our total family. You know, so with that comes a lot of obstacles that we're going to have to overcome. And we're looking at that. We had some youth to come out to one of our events, and you know, they were not the type of, you know, they did not appear to be the type of youth that we might necessarily want or reach out to. We had a young black male come out, and he had long pink hair, and in the UNIA, we do not support the UNIA is not, we don't accept homosexuality at all. But the thing is that, he came to the meeting, and he was a youth who is confused and who's trying to find himself. And we don't want him to be left out. We want to make sure that we can actually work with him, because at one point in time we had, as Bobby Wright said, at one point in time we had black student unions. Now we just got student unions. We had black feminists. Now we just got feminists. We had black homosexuals. Now we just got homosexuals. And they all are part of our black community. One thing that we have been saying is that you can't put anything before your race, because all these other things we choose. We choose to be Muslim. We choose to be Christian. And we can choose not to be Muslim. We could choose not to be Christian. We could choose not to be homosexual. We could choose, not to be a feminist. We could choose to be a feminist or not to be a feminist. But one thing you will never be able to choose not to be is African. That's the only thing that we will never change. You can change your eye color. You could change your hair color. You can change your garb, what you wear, but you cannot change your DNA. And your DNA is African, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that we put African first. We put being black before anything. All black before anything. There's nothing before your race. Your race is something that you were born with and you would die with. Before we knew what your sex was gonna be, we knew what race you were gonna be. And that's one of the things that we are trying to get understood, with our youth out here, and with our people, period. Let's not put anything before our race. And that's one of the things that we're working real hard for here in Chicago. Race first, and what that truly means and how that looks. Race first. So yes, sir. I'm glad to be here, Brother Everest. I'm glad to see the work that you all are doing there in Baltimore. I hope to get to Baltimore soon, and maybe bring 4 or 5 other members of Division 401 come to Baltimore, and and participate in some of the work that you are doing. You all are now the flagship division in the UNIA. You are that division that we're all looking for, looking at and we're all trying to mimic. So I just want you to keep up the good work, and all you Garveyites, please keep up the good work, and please continue to do the race work, which is the most noble work that anyone can ever do. I believe in life right now, is race work, work hard for your people. And with that, race first. Oh, let me also shoot out a shout out to our vice president who moved to Las Vegas, brother Abdullah Shabazz. He, he's a artist, does a lot of good race work. We miss him here in Chicago, but we're glad that he is out west. I guess you would call it, yeah, out west. And hopefully we'll be starting another division in Las Vegas soon. Race first, everyone. Race first.
Race first, and thanks for the kind words, Brother Marua. For those that don't know, Brother Marua may be the one that's always nominating Baltimore for the convention. So I was kind of, but when he said, hey, we got to look out for Baltimore. That's where the wire from. I got pumped up. I said, all right, I'm ready to take my corners. So we love you, good brother, and thank you for the work. And Brother Abdullah's album will be coming out soon, so we want to keep a lookout for that. Sister Antoinette from Brooklyn just reminded me also to let you guys know that the convention will be August 19th, the 24th in Brooklyn. So if anybody has any plans, we have to support our conventions and our HEC. It's a must. We have to do a better job in Baltimore. It's the one time when we come together and see each other in person and build as a family. So I put that information in the chat. And again, thank you, President of Chicago, for one brother Marua, Isaiah Morton, also our High Commissioner. We have two commissioners on right now, Brother John and Brother Marua. So if you are a paying dues member and you're interested in being a commissioner, please reach out to me or one of those two, because we need all the help we can get. The commissioners, they monitor areas for our division. So thank you for all the hard work you do. And I think we're rounding up. Let me see who's on. 455 Jamaica. Did you want to say some words? 455 division in Jamaica. Are you there?
Race first, my brothers and sisters. Race first.
Race first.
I give thanks to be here. Yes, we are a new division, honoring our mother Simag, who was a Garveyite, one of the Garvey babies from a younger stage. And we have established a new division since January 7th of last year. So we are 1 year now getting ourselves together. As some of us may know, that after Garvey went to jail and was deported, yes, an officially the announcement was made, and there were two different organizations set up. The one known as the Marcus Garvey Inc. and Marcus Garvey's Movement, which is the Marcus Garvey UCLA 1929 World. Now, that branch of the Division 445 was established so as to deal with that side of Marcus Garvey's work. And the struggle is really, 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 really hard in Jamaica, because that division works exclusively with the government of Jamaica. Yes, and as a result of that, anything else outside that don't really get any support to the government of Jamaica. And as a result, the President General, Mr. Duncan, has advised us that we need to establish this division and get it up and running. Our executive body has been selected. We have plans to establish or rekindle the youth arm of the UNIA here in Jamaica. We have Liberty Farm that was damaged during Hurricane Beryl of this year. Our pineapples and our bananas, we lost a lot in that. And as such, we're seeking help. We're getting help. We need help. We need to get help to reestablish the Liberty Farm. We have planned to establish fundraising where we at a dinner at a well-known established institution in Jamaica, the Shortwood Teachers College. We're also planning to print T-shirts with Garvey's teachings on it. Our commissioner, Brother Haru, has been working real hard to get the teachings of Garvey a paramount part of the educational system in Jamaica. It is not easy here in Jamaica to do Garvey's work because the two political parties that are in the country today and never support Garvey when Garvey was there and never will support Garvey right now. Our little island here in Jamaica is not really recognized. The homeland of Jamaica is not really recognized as how it should be recognized, the birthplace of one of the most, if not the most powerful black man that has ever walked this planet. And we need to come together as I hear brothers and sisters you're talking this evening. We need to come together and support each other in whatever we are doing. I was privy to be on a meeting with brothers and sisters from Central and South America, and the work that I see happening in those places is beautiful. Gavi found had 12 million members worldwide without the use of internet and WhatsApp and Zoom and Facebook. Here we have this access in front of us, and this world is running away and leave us. I heard this brother spoke about Tory in Africa. Well, let me explain something to you. The Africa awaits its creators. Here in Jamaica, we're thinking about getting a data bank that have the name of every black woman, man, and child within this country. That database needs to be established worldwide so we could know how to assist our brothers and sisters, their capabilities, their weaknesses, their strength, and all that we need to establish that as a people. With that being said, the vision of the 7 black miles of Starliner could be coming out of the West Indies, out of the West, right here in America, in South America, in Central America, and the Caribbean. We could be the one to make the change that we will want to see within the continent of Africa. Up ye mighty race and accomplish what you will, and we will be coming like a whirlwind. And those are the vision, the 455 here in Jamaica, that the vision of the UNIA have on their agenda to accomplish. And we need the support of everyone. We need to put this little island here, Gavi's homeland, on the map. We need to let everyone know within the world the importance of this little place down here in Jamaica and Gavi's homeland, and to wake up and rekindle the flame that Gavi's has started. And like I said before, the opposition down here is not a pretty one. It's not a pretty one. We have so far rekindled the PPP, the People's Political Party here in Jamaica, so we could have a voice in Parliament to discuss the issues of our great and noble people, the black race. So we could find means and ways, or we could get repatriation and reparation to end up back on the continent where we really and truly belong. Africa for the Africans at home and abroad. Maybe in the 6 regions at this time, it is very important for us to collaborate with our brothers and sisters on the continent to see how I hear you guys talking about trade and commerce, and that's a very good way to start. We want our own shipping line. We want our own bus companies. We want our own airplanes, our own factories, our own universities, one currency on the island, one on the continent rather, one passport on the continent, and one Africa for African. That's what we are here to do. We may not see it in our lifetime, some of us here. However, our children, for surely he who rocks the cradle rules the world. Who is ruling our world right now? We need to wake up our children so that we could secure our future the best way possible. But there's a tune being played out here that only the Pied Piper and our children know that tune. So, brothers and sisters, with that being said, I just want us to bear all that in mind. All right? And we need your help here in Jamaica to get this little island and this noble movement. So when you come to Jamaica, we will greet you with open arms. With that said, race first. One love, one aim, one destiny, one God, operating in that manner. No failure.
Thank you so much, good brother. And it's good to know that we rocking in Jamaica now. And it's very important for us to keep Jamaica strong. So thank you for reaching out. If you can put your information in the chat, you have, I'm sure a lot of our divisions have members from Jamaica that go back and forth. And
President,
Yes.
could I interrupt?
Go ahead, Sergeant at Arms.
Division 455, I'm from Montego Bay, Jamaica. Last time I came to Jamaica, I made a move up to Garvey's residence, where his birthplace, right? You have any information on what's going on with that location? 455, you still on? It's okay. I sent him my link anyway. All right, go ahead, Praise. Sorry.
Got you. Race first. Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. All right, moving on. Is anyone here from Montreal? Montreal, Canada? Montreal? How about Toronto? Anyone here from Toronto? Going once, Toronto? I think we winding it up, y'all. Let me check, see if I'm missing anybody. Is there any divisions that I missed? Sister Antoinette, would you like to speak in behalf of Brooklyn? Are you still there? Sister Antoinette? Go ahead, Brother John.
Just wanted to make sure we send our prayers to Los Angeles. From what I understand, their region was not affected by the fire, but obviously families, extended family in the area are definitely affected. So sending prayers and love to Division 451 Los Angeles.
Thank you. I was supposed to say that earlier. I spoke to Sister Ngozi earlier, and she was saying that she's okay, but it's like, you know, they on point. Like, you know, she don't want to be getting caught up because it's hitting people that fast. Thank you for that, Brother John. I forgot about it. Go ahead, Brother Lamar.
Yes, I was wondering two things. They had mentioned that the air quality in the region, Los Angeles region, due to the fire, was also had a adverse effect to the air quality for the entire area. And I was wondering what was happening. Do we have any reports about that? And the other thing, there was some thing about a black town, a whole black town that was hit, that was devastated. A small in the area, not in LA. I believe the town started with an A. I don't remember the name of the town in California, but they were showing black people who said they lost everything, and maybe we could do something for them. But I would have to do more research to find out the name of the town. It was on the internet, and they did interview people.
Oh man, I wasn't aware of that, but I just text Sister Kaylee again and to see if she would if she had anything to add. But I did speak to her for the past few days. I hit her earlier today, and she was saying she was good. But when I hit her earlier, she was like she wasn't sure if she could make the meeting because you know, they didn't. It's just like crazy out there.
Well, somebody put in the chat, Altadena was the town.
Brother Everett.
Altadena. They said that was the town in LA that was majority black, and many black people lost everything.
Oh man.
Brother Everett.
Yes. Good, Mr. Protocol. Yes.
Question, not a question, but maybe a comment on what the brothers were talking about a few minutes ago about LA or California. Remember, there's a fire started this summer in New York. There's a fire that started in Philadelphia in the wooded areas. So what we have to do is go back to our old ways and prepare for emergency preparedness in every field there is in the UNIA, because this new administration that's coming in is not playing. This new the earth is changing on us. It's not only the weather, the snow is moving toward the West Coast and the heat is moving toward the East Coast. So we have to be prepared for emergency preparedness. And what we have right here today is a oneness within the UNIA. Just in case we need emergency help, we can get online and push it where it need to be, push the information where it need to be. But one thing that we need to do is have emergency ration. And we can go online and find it. If you can afford it, have a generator in the that you can use in the house, not a generator that's supposed to be outside the house. Because we know we got some dummies that's barbecuing on their back porch and burning the house down. So let's be sensible and aware, and don't take shortcuts when it comes to emergency preparedness. Thank you. Race first.
Thank you. Go ahead, President Peter.
Okay.
First of all, did you hear the question from my sergeant at arms about the Marcus Garvey house they have down there?
Yes, I heard that question.
Okay, go ahead.
Part of the 455 chapter is to read kingdom divisions in the 14 parishes of Jamaica. Yes, so we will be coming to Montego Bay, finding a way to Montego Bay to link with him to establish a branch of the 455 within Montego Bay and St. James and all the other parishes within Jamaica. So we will be linking with him. And another note, and then
455. What's your name, brother?
My name is Ras Peter Foster. That's my name.
Ras Peter. I'm the one that put the question to you. I'm actually I am from Montego Bay, but my location at present is Baltimore, Maryland. I'm a part of the Division 106 in Baltimore, Maryland. I made a trip to Jamaica a couple of years ago, and I made it a part of my business to go up to the Marcus Garvey's birthplace in St. Anne's. You know, so I was just trying to find out if you, because you're on the ground, if you know anything about what's going on with that situation right there.
Well, you know, Jamaica being the way it is right now, and with the government in charge of most of the things and the cultural department and all of that bureaucracy in Jamaica. And like I said earlier on, when you know God, we got a big fight from both parties and stuff like that. So it is very hard. We are trying to regain all those things underneath the banner of the 1929 division head, because it is not underneath that division as far as I know. It is underneath the UNIA Inc., which was established after Marcus Garvey went to jail and was deported. Yes, it's not the world, it's not the 1929 World Division that is running anything right now in Jamaica. And for that reason, the 455 Division was established to rekindle that part of the UNIA to get it going. And another topic that the Bridget was talking about, food security. We have made mention to the President General about obtaining vacuum seal machines and machines that could dehydrate, whether by solar or other way, where we could solar dehydrate fruits and vegetables, legumes and lentils, peas and beans, and anything that deep green vegetables and anything that could be dehydrated and vacuum sealed. These things have 120, 240, and sometimes 480 months, which is 40 years worth of food we're talking about, based on what might be in front of us right here now. And it is very, very, very important for us to get started. And for that reason, that's why we are here stressing upon the fact that we really have to get Liberty Farm going. Yes, as I said, we lost some pineapples and Banana and Liberty Farm here in St. Andrew, Saigon, in Jamaica.
Okay,
In Jamaica.
okay, Russ. Hear this. I put my contact. I put my contact in the chat. Right. I sent you my contact. Check the chat and see if you see my contact. Send me your contact, and we could. I have WhatsApp. So we could communicate on WhatsApp, right? Because sometime this year I'm coming to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
let's collaborate, Virgin.
Yes, sir.
Race first.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ross Peter.
Yes,
Put your
race first.
information
Race
in the
first.
chat. We
Thank you,
got
sir.
two.
Thank you for hosting me. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for hosting our division, and we look forward to working with everyone. Race first.
Race
Race
first.
first.
We got two more people, and we're gonna close out. Sister Powell, did you want to say something, Sister Powell? Sister Sherelle?
Yes, hello. I didn't realize I had my hand raised, but I just wanted to commend the UNIA presidents across multiple divisions for your amazing, fantastic meeting. Very informative. The work continues, the work is being done. Know that the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated is partnered with you. I am a UNIA member, and we have many UNIA members who are members of the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. So they're just really excited about the momentum and all the things that are raised first. One God, one aim, one destiny. I will say that I had invited a friend of mine, Fab Five Freddy, to this meeting, and he was on for a little bit, and he was really moved. He's interested in playing a bigger role in getting involved with the UNIA.
Hold on. I'm sorry to cut
that.
you off, my sister. Fab Five Freddy from UMTV Rex.
Yes.
Oh,
So he's
damn,
a
I
friend.
saw him come in too. My man, that's my man.
The legend.
Yeah, he's good people. He's legend, and he's very much multi-generational UNIA. His grandfather, George, was a UNIA member and worked directly with the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. And, I was with him last week, and we were just talking about other things. And then UNIA came up, and I said, listen, it's still going on. I'm a member. And, he showed me a share certificate for the Black Star Line. So he actually has an actual original share certificate for the Black Star Line. He has correspondence between his grandfather and other UNIA members. His grandfather was very involved with the Liberty University that was being formed in Virginia on behalf of the UNIA. So he has many more tales to share and a lot of archival correspondence that he'd like to share. But it gives me great pride that I can say I'm a UNIA member and then speak to my peers and say, hey, come, listen to what's going on, and for them to be moved in the way that he was moved, so that he wants to be involved with the UNIA. So well done to the UNIA. What a source of pride for our people, the leadership that we have at this time when it is so critical. And I look forward to working with you hand in hand, arm in arm, as we forward the mission for the Black people of the world.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Sister Lorraine. And then Michael Harry.
What?
President Butler? Yes, I see you. Go ahead. You may have to unmute.
I did it 3 times. It's not unmuting.
I heard you.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Don't hit nothing else. You're good. But no, you might have to unmute again. Can you unmute one more time?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, I'm holding on. I just wanted to commend Division 455 for naming their division after Mama Samaj. I am so excited. I think that's the only sister who has a name, who has a division named after her.
Oh, wow.
So I am very pleased. So much so that I had an opportunity to meet her when we had our convention in Jamaica. So I am so excited to see that. And I'm looking forward to working with that division. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Thanks for that. And we are here in Jamaica looking forward to working with everyone throughout the world. Okay, we've been looking forward to that. Thanks very much for having us.
Thank you.
Great.
All right, last but not least, I wanted to present Michael Harris. Some of you have heard from him before. As you know, Brother Shaka Barak and Brother Caesar Kajana has been doing a lot of investing in Nigeria. He actually holds a sub-charter division in Liberia. I'm sorry, not Liberia, Nigeria. I apologize. In Nigeria. And he's doing some wonderful work with the Marcus Garvey Driller School. So, Michael, if you could give us don't try not to be so long so we can close out, but just talk to us a little bit about what's going on in Nigeria, the Marcus Garvey School, and how people can help. Go ahead, Brother Michael.
All right. Okay.
Race
Yeah.
first.
Greetings. Race first and greetings, everyone. Yeah. Can I get a confirmation if my voice is being heard, please?
Yes, you're good, Brother Michael. You're live.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for this call. I'm particularly delighted to be on this call. It's one of the I consider it to be one of the most lively calls that I've ever had to be on. And of course, one of the most well-attended calls of the UNIA, because I've never been on a call of the UNIA where we have 50 something people. I mean, this is historic, and I feel very privileged to be here. I just want to share with us a bit of update. By the way, I'm actually here in Nigeria. So I'm joining on this call from Nigeria. And my name is Brother Michael Harry, and I'm the Director of Operations and also the Director of the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation Schools, sited right here in Uyo, which is the capital of one of the states in Nigeria, Akwa Ibom State. We have been leading the school, the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School. But because of want of time, I would just like to give just few statements about, how we came about the school. That was in 2011, after we just held this event that was so massive and well attended. And the event took place at a university right here in Uyo, which is the capital city, and it was a well-attended event. That event was just an idea to open up the UNIA for global participation for people for Africans. And so the venue for that event happened to be at the university campus, and we had well over 2,000 people in attendance. We also had the diaspora to attended that event. In fact, the chancellor of the university sent a representative. And so after that event was concluded, there was so much vibration and energy that was generated from that event that people began to ask questions about what they heard. We had Professor Jeffries, the legendary Professor Jeffries, was actually a lead lecturer who spoke that day. So the things, the ideas that were shared during this event kind of, resonated with a lot of people and, the youth energy. So conversations continued even after the event. There was this interest that was going on. How do we, conserve this kind of things that we have heard? How do we turn it into idea and something like that? So that was actually what led to the conception of a kind of a program where we would continue to teach what we had heard during this program to the younger people, and that particular that led to regular meetings that eventually resulted in the founding of what today has come to be known as the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School. But a little bit of this school would never, never, never see the light of the day were it not for some people who, from that moment, even up until today, have been very useful. I mean, have been very, very instrumental to the success of this school, both in their finances, in the encouragement, in the inspiration that they provide, along the way up until today. And of course, I'd like to thank um, uh, Director Cesar Kijana, who at the time was actually the president, and of course, the founding president of the Division 106, Baka Clark. He was the president at the time. He was very, very instrumental. Shaka Barak, too, ever since, has also been very, very supportive until today. So let me now talk about what we are doing today, since I've given a pretext to how we came about the school. Now, as of today, the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School can boast of a physical, and I mean physical. That means if you were to be at that school today or tomorrow, you're going to see this student in their, you're going to see them in their faces, you see their names. We have around 260, that is the population of the school stands now at 260 from around 10 pupils that we started with, and that was just like a little over 3 years ago. So today, that's what we have. We have a physical place where the kids come out. It's fully incorporated, registered, recognized by the government of, it's a legitimate institution recognized by the various agencies of government, and has gone through different processes of approval, although we still have one step, the final stage of approval actually still remaining, but the most part of that approval has been done. I'm saying this to say that it's a legitimate school, fully incorporated with a uniform. We have the red, black, and green flag. I wasn't actually going to make a full presentation. Otherwise, you should have a video documentary, pictures of the kids. We're currently building a website now where it will be very easy for anybody to just log onto this website. You can see the names of teachers that are teaching there, the names of the kids, their contact of parents, and all of that. We're doing that documentary, and work is still in progress. So that's where the school is. We have around close to 300, and then we have around 17 teachers who teach in the school. And for the past a little over 3 years, this school has been in operation, and has gone through this level of growth, as I mentioned earlier, with just 10 pupils. Today we have this number. But now let me share more like the successes. The successes we've recorded so far. Today, we have this school has been able to kind of generate this interest in the community. We hold this event, and we design our school in such a way that we kind of cue the school into the UNIA calendars, where we mark some special days, maybe like the birthday of Garvey, and then the day Garvey was born, certain some historic events within the UNIA, like that. We kind of allowed our school's calendar to align with the calendars of the UNIA. So over the years, we'll be marking some activities like during Christmas, during Easter, and so on and so forth. And we have some lineup of programs that we are currently working towards accomplishing. One of it is that come we began this plan. That was 2 weeks, 2 months ago in 2024. So we were built to begin the execution of this program from 2025, which we're already in. And then let me just share with you a couple of them. One was to introduce a launch program, because we found out that kids here, there are a lot of things happening in the developed world where sometimes, people take for granted, but they don't know that they are considered luxuries. Typical example is here in Nigeria, in schools, you don't have water. Kids don't have water to drink, and kids don't have meals, and you can imagine that even when we have the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School that is providing absolutely free, and I mean absolutely free education. And by the way, I didn't even mention this. I should just let you know, the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School was actually set up to continue the propagation and promotion of the ideals, the philosophies, and the core thoughts of Marcus Garvey, but doing it in such a way that we integrate it with academics. So while kids are being taught mathematics, being taught and English, and then arithmetics and others, now what we do is that we now we integrate. We do so by fusing in Garveyism, teaching them on who Garvey was, and then kind of wearing them the coat of Garvey, so that they grow up up. While they are sound in mathematics, they also have this knowledge of their race, knowledge of their roots, knowledge of Black excellence, and then they pursue all these virtues together and become more perfect human beings. That was the whole idea behind the founding of the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School. And as a matter of fact, we're committed to pursuing to the fullness of these particular objectives alongside, other things. So yeah, back to the launch program. So we're looking at introducing a launch program that will allow these kids to be able to at least have one quality meal a day. Because we found out that though we have a school that is providing free education where kids are not asked to pay any money, parents are not to pay any money. And the siting of this, the location of this school was very strategic because we wanted to be able to reach out to reach the vulnerable African children whose parents cannot afford the public education. And hence, that was what led to our siting of the school in communities. But we still find out that we are offering free education. Kids are not asked to pay anything, but kids can come to school. And that's for the singular reason that they have nothing to eat. Actively, I should say on paper, the population of the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School should be around 400, but actively we have around this number, lower number of that, we have around half of that number, as the active number of kids who come out every day. So we found that this was a challenge. And we thought we needed to do something about it. So this year we'll be looking to, launching this launch program where we'll do, a fundraising, and then we'll provide those kids with just something to be able to eat on a daily basis. And then we're also looking to provide to introduce an agricultural program that will introduce these kids to the practice of agriculture alongside, several other things, so that we're providing, so that at the end of the day, these kids are armed with functional education where they can practice some skills and then stuff like that. That's basically what we have been doing at the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School. But I think I might just allow Shaka Barak, who, by the way, has just been appointed as the lead facilitator for Garveyism studies. And that, just a little bit before I hand it over to Shaka Barak, another thing we're introducing this year is that we're introducing an exchange program. And this is a concept that we thought of last year. So we intend to open up the student at the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School to the global the global African diaspora community, such that if you have a skill, you live in the diaspora and you have a particular skill, maybe financial literacy or whatever is it that you are good at. Now, there will be some scheduled sessions where the kids and the teachers at the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School will have, will be given the opportunity to interact with people in the diaspora. And the person that is leading that program is Shaka Barak, whom I will hand over to, to just make a comment on too. But lastly, I would just like to say thank you for this opportunity offered to me to share with you about what we've been doing at the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School. And thank you to Cesar Kijana, who has been more like, the lead financial person, sponsoring all these events and helping us today to get to where we are, and other programs that we intend to embark on. I'd like to invite Shaka Barak. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Rest first.
Race first. And before you say something, Brother Shaka, Sister Shara, I saw your hand up. Do you want to add something to Brother Michael real quick?
Oh, was that me?
Yeah, you had your hand up. Maybe
yes, I did. I did have my hand up because I forgot a couple things. I just wanted to, I guess, edify the UNIA with what you're doing with regards to re-educating our community. So in your meetings that you're having, the information that's shared is so critical. I consider myself fairly informed with regards to Pan-African history, but then to learn that the land that was occupied by the UNIA is now Harlem Hospital and things like that. It really gives hope as to what is possible. If it was done in the 1930s, what is possible today? So your leaflets, there's one leaflet that's yellow and two-sided that I take everywhere with me to share with people. Yes, this is land that we owned in the times of Marcus Garvey in New York City and things like that. So I just wanted to highlight the education that's taking place. I also wanted to share another short story. I had my parents with me in New York for Christmas, and I took them to the Rock. And, you know, it gave my parents so much pride that, you know, one, that there's, my parents are, they have stock in Costco, they're big time Costco people. And I said, no, you're going to love this. This is the Costco for us. And they were so like moved, and they loved the products. My mom said, next time I come, I'm going to order best dressed chicken so I can take it back to Florida with me and things like that. So we are making a difference. We are making an impact. We are showing and demonstrating what is possible with regards to economic empowerment. And it's not only inspiring the young, but it's also inspiring the elders that didn't think we would get to this time where we are restoring what we had in the past. So I just wanted to, you know, recognize your leadership, of course, the President General, Michael Duncan, First Assistant, Raymond Duguay, and the, you know, third assistant and second assistant, third assistant, fourth assistant, and then definitely big shout out to the Baltimore division for you know, leading today. And also, you know, I will be, because I'm taking part in some hearings in DC in the area, so I'd love to connect with the Baltimore division when I am in the DMV area. So please, I'll share my contact information. But again, well done to all, and very informative evening and very inspiring. Give thanks.
Thank you. Please put your info in the chat. And Brother Chirac, did you want to follow up on Michael Harry before we close out?
Sure. When I was given the appointment to be the dean, international facilitator for Garveyism through the Marcus Garvey Jewelers Foundation, my thinking was that if I could help educate the teachers there at the Marcus Garvey Jewelers Foundation schools, they would not only prepare those children in such a way that they would become masters of Garveyism, but that we could move Garveyism through the continent and throughout the world. So once a week, I will meet with them, hopefully an hour, and drill them and teach them and guide them. And that's exactly what they want. So it's not like I'm gonna be the hard taskmaster and I'm gonna sit there with some people who don't want to embrace this. They have fallen in love with the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey and the principles of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. That's both the teachers and the staff that are there. And so they want to expand. Let's see how they do. So thank you, Mike, for coming on and sharing the work there. And one last thing, do you know that I take for granted growing up in America that I would be able to go to school every day and get milk? Do you know that the schools in Nigeria don't get milk? They don't get soy? I mean, it's rare that that happens. And it's happening throughout the continent of Africa. Now, they don't get their history, they're going to get it now. If Caesar has his way, everything that the children are going to need as a part of the Marcus Garvey Jewelers Foundation schools, they're going to get. So, Mike, we're with you 1,000%. Aluta continua, the struggle continues.
Shay, thank you so much, Brother Shaka.
Thank you so much, Shaka.
Yes, thank you. And thank you so much for all you do, Brother Mike. You've been really added with that school. I'm very proud of you. You know, we stay on you a lot, but I know we get on you sometimes, but you stay the course, man. And I really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, President. I really appreciate those kind words.
All right. We're about to close out. I see our first vice president just made it on. Brother James, did you want to say anything before we close out?
No, brother. There's race first. I think everything has been said, man, that needs to be said. I just want to give a shout out to our former president, Caesar Kajana, man, for making that school possible and doing everything, along with other members that play behind the scenes that have helped out with that school. Just a quick reminder, February the 15th, Black Love Edition, RBG Gala in Baltimore. If you in the area, please stop by, come and see us, and we can celebrate great leadership in the community as we give out awards to community leaders. And we just come together in fellowship, man, as a Black family. And if you're not in the area, you can always donate to help make this this cause a success. And plan your trip around it, man. Again, February the 15th, we're going out next weekend. We're going to be having Rhythm and Chat. And come on out, man. We're looking for people to do some spoken word. We're looking for people, man, that are poetic, that can unify, man, and bring life into these people, bring life into our people. That's about it, man. Race first. Thank you so much, brother Everett, man, for putting this and bringing this all together. This was great to hear from so many different divisions. Yeah, this is awesome. Race first.
Race first, family. All right, so we're about to close out. What we usually do in Baltimore is we close out with the anthem of our flag, the Ethiopian anthem. So if everybody could unmute and repeat after me, and then I will play the anthem.
President Frank
Yes.
Shaw, I think Frank had his hands up. Well,
go ahead, brother Frank. You got something to say real quick?
Yeah. Thank you. And I didn't want to, overstep the first vice and what he said, but I wanted to go back to something Shaka Barak said early in the call, that we have to look at the life of Marcus Garvey and do the things that, follow behind what he started for us. And just remember that today we have this technology to be able to connect people across the world. And, but the old school way is very important. And Marcus Garvey started as someone who wrote, he was a writer. He put publications out. And for us to connect, we don't always have to call each other. We don't always have to meet. The written word is a very powerful tool to record and connect others. So I just wanted to bring, shed light on that we have to communicate through those old-fashioned ways as well as the modern ways of communication. One other thing is Nigeria is very far away. And even to ship things, I tried to ship things to Nigeria to help out Brother Harry, and I wasn't able to because of the type of material we were sending computers overseas, right? And it shed light on the reason why we need our own shipping agencies to be able to move goods, services, and people across the world. So this organization is built for that. And I think that we have to always remember that is our purpose, to have the international intercourse across the globe. So I just wanted to add that to the call, and I'm definitely feeling the vibes and energy 100%. Thank you, everyone. And, let's say the anthem. Thank you.
Brother Everett, just one short thing to Brother Shaw, and I thank him so much. When you have all of these people that our Minister of Information has assembled, and they're telling their story, they're telling what is going on in the divisions and what they're trying to do and what they have been doing, that ought to be documented. That ought to be published. And so we may not have 3-4 hours to go back through this whole discussion that we've had on Zoom, but if we could figure out a way that periodically we could drop this information in the printed format, Brother Shaw, and then we can read about what each other's doing and draw from what each other's doing. And lastly, the Marcus Garvey said, I want create Marcus Garvey personified. So when we talk about the course of African philosophy, the purpose was to recreate or develop people who were just like the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. So keep up the good work, those who are educating, because those who you are talking to, that you're teaching, they'll be learning these principles of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, and we'll get the job done before you know it. If we got to know who we were in 24 hours, we could turn this whole thing around.
Ashe, thank you, Brother Shaka. And as we do in our Baltimore meeting, our Sergeant at Arms finishes with a quote, and then I close everybody out, and then we'll play the anthem. Sergeant at Arms, you up.
All right, race first, family. Wonderful meeting. The quote today is by the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Goes like this: "Our success educationally, industrially, and politically is based upon the protection of a nation founded by ourselves, and the nation can be nowhere but Africa." Race first.
Race first.
Race first.
Race first.
In fact, Brother John, you want to close us out? President John?
I'm here.
Can you close us out and I'll play the anthem?
Sure. If everyone would, please put their black fists in the air and repeat after me. One God.
One
God.
God.
One aim.
One
aim.
One aim.
One destiny.
One destiny.
One destiny.
Africa for the Africans.
Africa for the Africans.
For the Africans.
Those at home.
Those at home.
Those at home.
Those abroad.
Those abroad. Those abroad.
Up your mighty grace, you can accomplish what you will.
All right, family.
You can accomplish what you will.
Go in peace. Here we go.
Hey,
always love.
peace and black power, brother.
Peace and black power. Peace and black power.
Jamir.
I be victorious when so dark us onward to be. For us, victory, yes, led by the black. Advance to victory, led by advance to the black and the green with the
All right, family. Thank you. Go in peace. Go in peace. Great first, Brother Caesar. You know what time it is.
Can you send me the link?